Alright guys, I'm finally back with another update on the Mustang. Had someone else ask about the headers. Okay, so we got headers on the car. There's still a lot of work to be done. Sorry, I'm thinking I just got to actually TJ's shop. As you can, the Mustang is back over at TJ's because everything else I need to do on the car now is under the car, and I'm not doing it in my driveway. So we got headers on it. These headers are the S10 swap headers from Jegs is what I ended up going with. Now, they didn't just go right in, obviously, and these are for S10. I didn't really expect them to, don't get me wrong, but for this header, clearance right here wasn't a huge issue, but I did, if you look down in here, have to bash the crap out of the bottom of the car so that this collector could clear there. So I did, you know, quite a bit of beating with a hammer to get that to clear, but it's clear and free down there. The flange is nice and free facing down. I'll show you under the car here in a second. This side was a little more challenging here. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but so on the S10, these two runners right here loop really wide. You can see how they go around wide, so that the steering shaft can go in the middle of here for the S10. Now, I thought I could get lucky and have that same kind of setup here. Golly, it's dusty under here. But not the case. So this runner right there, you can see it looks like it's flush against the shock tower. And well, that's because it is, pretty much. I had to bash the crap out of this runner to flatten that side so it would, so I can get it angled up enough to bolt it down. But it's on there. It may be touching, or it might be like a freaking hair of clearance right there. But these are solid mounts, solid motor mounts, so I'm really not too worried about it jumping around a whole bunch. I gotta stay in order on what the hell I'm trying to update you guys on. So the headers are on. There's still work to be done. That side over there is pretty much fine to start making the exhaust underneath. This side, I gotta figure out the steering shaft, I think, before I do any kind of exhaust mock-up to make that downpipe from the header down. So today's adventure is probably going to be pulling this header back off, which I really don't want to do, but I got to try to see about adjusting. You can see the steering shaft right there. My phone will focus. I got to see if I can maybe bring that back in toward the car a little bit, or unbolt it from inside the car and see if I can drop it a little bit. And in a second, I'll show you just the clearancing issues that I'm having. But with the headers on, TJ did manage to weld on a bung, and we did run some pipe coming down from that header to start the car finally, so that the EFI would read AFR. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this won't be a first fire up video because we got it running last night. I do have a video of it, but it's a really crappy one, so I'll do another one for y'all right now. I would say it's a cold start, but it's like 78 degrees outside. It's really not that bad. But yeah, I'll hop in the car real quick and we'll start it up. Another thing, see, I keep looping back to things. The distributor, see this pinch weld right here, I cut off, and you can kind of see that right there. I cut all that pinch right there. See how tight that wire is to the firewall? So I thought I could get away with that, but I'm out of room to turn it this way any further, and it needs to go further because right now I'm about 10 degrees off on timing. It'll still run, sounds okay, but the timing's not where I want it. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take the distributor off and cut an entire area out of the firewall so that I got room to turn it however far I need. I probably should have done that in the first place, but I've never done this. Like I said, I mean, this is a learning channel, learning video, so we're learning together on this. So I'm gonna have to cut that out to be able to turn it to get the timing just right. But yeah, so that's that. That needs to be done. But now I can hop in the car. Ooh. Now, I don't know how well the quality is going to be because we're in this shop and it has literally no exhaust on it, just enough pipe on the driver's side to run an AFR gauge on. So let's see. See, now on the EFI, if you look right here, it shows AFR heating, and then here in a second it'll give me a reading and I should be able to fire the car up. There we go. It's probably going to read all over the place because the exhaust is not set up the way it should be, but here we go. Huh. Thing's making a liar out of me. This thing fired right up last night. It's colder than I thought. Okay, let's give her a go again. All right, let's go double check our timing. Not our timing, really, just the distributor. It's probably running rich as I'll get out. Actually, lean right now. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all. I just waited and kept that off camera because I didn't want to sound like a jackass. But I'm a jackass. I had 3 or 4 bunches of paper towels in there to keep dirt out. It ain't gonna run with that shit in there. I cannot believe I just did that. And when I put those in, actually, whatever. All right, it'll run now. I'm just an idiot. All right. Y'all probably see what I just did there and be like, yeah, no wonder the car ain't running yet. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. There it is. Oh my God, this thing's loud. I can't run it for very long because I still don't have a load of radiator hose or any kind of coolant in it, but there you are. She runs, man. As soon as we plugged in that AFR, fired right up. That was crucial to this thing running. So yeah, I mean, that was a huge step for me last night, even though the steering shaft situation had me so irritated. We plugged that in just to hear it start, or try to get it to start, and it started, and that completely revived my motivation for this thing. It sounds freaking nuts. So that's it, short clip. I'm gonna get started on the steering shaft. I'll probably just make this its own video itself, just as a little update video. So the next one will hopefully be steering shaft figured out, because the steering shaft is going to be done with the factory K member. All the information I can find is everyone swapping the K member for a tubular, which obviously is smart and is a way better idea. But I'm going to try to do it with the factory one so that I can relate to the people trying to do it on a serious budget and try to do it with the factory K member. So, thank you all for watching. I hope that answered your question on the headers. Minimal clearancing to get them to fit. They do fit, but the steering on a factory K member is still pretty much, I don't want to say a nightmare, but it's definitely going to take some figuring. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all on the next one. Hopefully we'll have some steering and maybe some other good stuff on the next one. Thanks. Guys, I almost forgot that I was going to show y'all underneath the damn thing. And I got ahead of myself and tried to close out the video. So, get ready for some jank looking exhaust pipe. Yeah, that was just a pipe we shoved up in there that we knew would work. Just to get the, like I said, just to get the AFR on there. Let me get this light situated. Alright, so I got a nice little BMR cross member, in case you haven't seen that part of it. BMR makes a cross member for these cars for the 700 R4. There's the fuel pump, and here is the T that we talked about. We're gonna see if this works. If it doesn't, I'll run a traditional return, but all the information I could find on running a T for the return line was it probably wouldn't work, but no one said tried it and didn't work. So we're gonna try it, boys. We're gonna China. All right. You know, chrome get you home. You know what I'm talking about. There's a Thor torque converter. Oh yeah, I missed one very big thing on this. See on the transmission there where it's nice and clean? Well, there was a tab right there, an ear that I had to cut off in order for this to run straight down. You can see the O2 sensor there. Yes, I had to cut this tab off right there. Now, I still have that tab. Where is it at? Right here. This is what it looks like. Pretty sure that is for the guard underneath the torque converter. That's one of the bolt holes for it. No longer has it. I had to cut it off. And then if you look up in here, you can see a little more of what I was talking to as far as beating the crap out of this to make it to where it can run down. You can kind of see that a little better now. We're not going to worry about that ground. Not even sure where the hell that came from. Oil filter's beat up from the saws off from when I was cutting. Anyways, so here we got the lower rag joint, or where it would mount. And then up there, you can see where it goes. So that steering shaft up here is basically pointing directly at the middle of this collector right here. I'm doing the best I can with the light in my phone, guys, but yeah, that's gonna be tricky. So I don't know, but anyways, yeah, just an update. Another update, I guess, on this same freaking video of underneath the car. That pipe looks horrendous. Like I said, I'm not worried about mocking up pipe and actually making an exhaust yet until I get steering figured out. Then we can do that. Don't mind my shitty wiring. That is definitely going to be fixed and tidied up. This is all just kind of thrown on to get the car running, make sure it does work and run, and now we can clean it up. Anyways, now we're at the end of the video. Thank you again for watching. Like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And let's get this car running.